Good morning, everyone. Hello, hello.
Good morning, everybody.
It's coffee time. I got mine.
Me too. Happy Thursday.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it is a great morning. There we are. Wonderful. I'm going to take that one and, get my volume off. Okay.
Hi, Wendy. Hi, Rick. Good morning, everybody. Please help us share this. Sharing is definitely caring.
Yes, absolutely. How is everybody doing on this beautiful, bright Thursday morning? Ooh, it's gorgeous here.
Wendy, did you share in the group? Because I didn't. I just went into the other groups I'm in and shared it on my timeline.
And good morning, Carol Allen.
Hi, Carol. Thank you for that sunshine. I'm looking at it.
And Luann.
Oh, thank you, Wendy. I appreciate that, honey.
Awesome. Awesome. How's everybody doing today? Oh, my gosh. It is. I woke up just a little groggy, but oh, my gosh. Zoom. As soon as I was up and moving around, I came back to life. It was wonderful.
Good. Hi, Luann. Yeah. Good morning.
What's the weather like up there, Luann? I know yesterday it was cold.
So. Yeah, I wasn't groggy myself when I woke up. They had told me last night to set my alarm earlier because I was supposed to get up and do some writing, which I did.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yay.
Hi, Deirdre.
Oh, good morning, Deirdre.
Yeah.
Okay, now, Deirdre, your whole job today is to stay very, very safe. I don't want to have to come up and wrap you up in bubble wrap today.
So Luann has rain, and more rain. I have a feeling we're getting ready to get that. There's some systems moving out there, and it may dump some rain on us this weekend. We're just waiting to see what it's doing right now.
So I'm going to plant plants today. I'm so excited.
Awesome.
After I go play at the playground, I'm going to go out and play in the dirt. I'm so excited. Our friends Bernadette and Sherry came over to visit us yesterday.
That was fun.
Oh, what a great day.
Yeah.
And they stopped at the plant store and got me organic plants and seeds. So I have seeds to plant and plants to plant. I am
what
so
a great
excited.
time with them.
Yeah.
Good morning, Diane. Welcome, honey.
Hello.
And
Hello.
Wendy says she is too.
Oh,
so you all are going to be playing in your gardens together.
Yes.
That's awesome.
She has beautiful flowering plants
I
that
know.
she bought.
I saw
She
those
sent us
pictures. Yeah.
You'll have to post some pictures, Wendy, and of the plants after you plant them. And then she got the most beautiful fairy glow chime thingy. Yeah, oh my gosh, it's gorgeous.
It was great.
Absolutely gorgeous. So
gotta go find us.
Seeing that.
Where? Okay, Diane, you gotta go find us somewhere. Gotta go find you in the fun crowd. Oh, you're in a different room. Okay. Alrighty. And Carol says it's beautiful here today. Hope to get to a park. Tried yesterday and there were so many people I didn't want to stay. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. You know, now that most of the bans pretty much everywhere, and in fact in South Florida that's going to be lifted on Monday. You know, you do have that kind of sense of we've been isolated for so long, and then when we get out, even yesterday we had some friends come over. There is in the back of your mind a little bit, okay, are we safe? And you don't want to live in the fear, and you want to get back out there. But the other side of this is a cautious side. And
I'm hoping everybody will feel that cautious side.
Yeah.
And really take the precautions that need to be taken. So we got people jumping in. Good morning, Gabby. Good morning, Marianne Malone, Cindy, and Robert Dosa. And yes, there we are. We're all finding our way in here this morning.
Oh,
so
good
thank
morning.
you. And Wendy says she has a bird bath too. Wendy, I love bird baths. I've had them many times in different homes that I've lived in. And I love birds. I don't know what it is about them that fascinates me and draws me to their energy, but I do love birds. And Stacy, good morning. It's coffee time.
Okay, my volume keeps going up on me.
I've had birds that I've cared for in my life. I used to have 2 cockatiels. Anybody else have cockatiels? They're such a fun bird. And my male cockatiel had quite a vocabulary. We could carry on a conversation. And he'd always follow me through the house, and he would stop at the stereo, because I had always played music. That was my thing. And he'd stop at the stereo speaker, and he'd just stand there and dance. And it was so cool. He was the coolest bird. That's one of all the animals that I remember. He was one that made me laugh constantly. He was a jokester and would like take things from you. Yeah, he was funny. He would mimic my 2 dogs. I had 2 little mini dachshunds, and he would mimic them.
Oh my
So
gosh.
they would be out in the yard, and they would want in, and they'd make this noise if they wanted in the back door, kind of like what Angel does at your back door. So this bird would be out on the porch, and he would mimic the dog wanting in the door, and I'd think it was the dog. And I'd go out, and I'm like, the dogs are happy. They're out laying in the yard. You little stinker.
Oh, we've got all kinds of people that
do.
jumped on.
Hi, Kathleen.
Hi, Kathleen.
Hi, Sherry.
Julie Kiss, Sharon, and C. Megan
See,
Michael.
Megan's here, and Sharon Boyle. Oh, look at y'all sneaking in.
Kathleen, did you have a cancellation this morning? She doesn't typically get to join us.
I know.
So
This is
I'm
a treat.
thinking maybe she did, so yay. And Sally De La Rosa, which means probably Tony isn't too far behind. Good morning, everyone. And Hope, good morning.
Good morning. And Gabby says, I had a chicken that would escape the coop every morning and follow myself and the dogs as we walked around the yard. That's so cool.
And Hope says, morning, ladies. Thank you for sharing the sunset yesterday. The man's face in the cloud looked a little like Santa.
Oh,
Now
yeah,
I never thought of that.
I didn't think
You're
of
right.
Santa.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, for those of you who don't know, we cloud watch as we do the sunset, and we see what forms come in the clouds. Anybody else look at forms in clouds? I have my whole life. I've seen things in the clouds. I've seen shapes and faces, and like we saw the boats yesterday. Yeah. You found that in the clouds.
Have you ever read the book Richard Bach's Adventures of a Reluctant Messiah? Mm-mm. It is the most phenomenal book, and I love it. And that's where the statement of our true family is usually not of blood, that I'm paraphrasing. But what he teaches is to look at a cloud and to make it dissipate. And you can control the cloud. Wow. You ought to try it. I've done it many times, and it's in his book. He meets this pilot, and he becomes his teacher, his spiritual teacher. It is the greatest book. There's a blue feather on the cover of the book. Yeah. And you sit and you can make a cloud dissipate.
Wow.
Yes. Okay. Try it, everybody. It's really
will definitely
awesome.
Try that. And Carol says she looks at clouds all the time, that it's very relaxing. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Oh, and Kathleen loves to watch clouds too.
And see, Megan, always since childhood, you've been fully connected to the clouds. Yeah, it's just so interesting, I think, to watch them. And I love to watch the swirly ones too. Those are fun. Yeah. And see the different things they become as they move away. Because they do move pretty fast when they start swirling like that.
But Gabby, I love, you know how you love new words, and we all love new words. You read the thing about she had a chicken that would escape the coop every morning. You read that? She said we called it dog chook. Dog chook.
Okay.
That must be an Australian phrase.
It must be Australian.
Yes, it sounds.
I've never heard it.
Yeah. And good morning, Abelita.
Hi, Abelita. I don't see you, but good morning.
She's on Enlightened World. We've got 2 streams I'm seeing going here. You get to see it all, but I have to have 2 phones. One group is on Enlightened Living, and one group is on Enlightened World Network. So
Ooh, I want to see what C has to say. I used to visit them. I would lay down and close my eyes and go spend time at my cloud's house. I was clearly meditating in some way, but I had no idea. I even taught a friend to do this. Wow. What a great thing to do. We'll have to try that. That would be interesting to have more than one person together meditating on the cloud.
Absolutely.
Because it's energy. Everything is energy. Mm-hmm. And we can feel into whatever that is and visit it. So thank you for that suggestion, C.
And good morning, Sherry Gatewood. Did you see Sally's comment?
No, go ahead and read it.
My grandmother is one of my guides. She has brought me the wisdom of scrying. My preferred way is through the clouds after receiving a message to look to the clouds for any answers I needed.
Yeah, I do that too.
Okay.
I always look up, whether it's during the daytime and I'm seeing the clouds or the blue sky, or it's at night when I look at the stars and the planets.
Okay. Yeah. Chook is slang for chicken. Mm-hmm. And good morning, awesome. Julie Kiss. If I didn't say good morning before, I'm sorry.
And she says, yes, it was very powerful. Afterward, we would discuss our experience, and often it was very similar. I believe that. Awesome. And Sally says, yes. Yes. So, hi, Tony.
I love it.
You are awesome. Well, I was told to get up and write this morning, but I wasn't sure what I was going to be writing. And I do that a lot. I just sit down with the pen and paper and say, okay, whatever comes through. But I was supposed to write about my mother. Today, my mother would be 100 years old if she were still alive.
Oh, wow.
And so good morning, Mom in heaven, and happy birthday. But yeah, it was an interesting childhood that I had. So I was guided to, I'm writing a book. I haven't stated that before. And so she's going to be part of that book as far as my childhood experiences. But what an interesting woman. And I got a little bit sad because I realized I didn't fully get to know her in this lifetime. I was one of 13 children. So she was constantly with a baby in her arms, and the older siblings were kind of left to ourselves, and the oldest that was at home at that time played the mother role. So I had several mothers. But yeah, how was your experience with your mother? And it may be a touchy topic for some, so if you just want to not answer, that's okay. But okay, we're back. I don't know if we're on the same stream or not. We'll have to check that out and see. It's going to be an interesting day today.
And I don't know if we still are, but if we are, good morning, Catherine Kovacs. And Wendy said her mom was amazing. Her mom passed when she was just 46 and she was 19. We are on new streams. We have a new stream going.
New stream, okay.
Yes. So,
I still see people popping on.
Yeah, I'm
interested.
A little bit confused as to where everybody's at. So, technology is being really interesting this morning.
Yeah, it really is. I'm trying to see where we are. Robert says, gotcha. So he obviously found us.
Yeah.
And we're still getting hearts on the old stream. So let me find the new one.
And I'm frozen here, so I need to get refreshed.
This is fun. We're playing hide and seek this morning.
Yes, we are, guys.
And there you are. You all are finding us.
Yay.
Okay.
All right. Let's see what we've got here. I'm going to do that one there.
And Kathleen says that her mom was is an amazing woman. We have a great relationship.
I know. I love her mom. Her mom was here at the river for her wedding, and I fell in love with her mom. I thought, boy, if I could adopt another mom, it'd be Kathleen's mom.
Yeah.
She's just an amazing woman, just
That's
kind,
awesome.
and we had so much in common. She was a working woman, and she did all kinds of amazing things. So I really enjoyed her immensely.
Yeah, and Wendy, you lost your mom when you were young, when you were 19.
When she was 19.
I'm sorry, honey.
That had to...
yeah, that's a tough time to lose a mother.
Okay, I've got them back on that
And
one.
we're
now
back.
We need to
I
get
think
you back
almost
on this
everybody's
one.
back.
Good.
Yeah, so yay, thank you. Yes, we have gremlins today, Gabby.
Yes.
We're hoping they will play nice and leave us alone today and let us do the show because we enjoy our time here. Oh, Wendy, you were with her when she passed.
Okay.
Yeah, that's really hard. My mom died when I was, I think I was in my 30s. She's been gone for a while.
Okay, and we're back. Okay,
Yeah,
I got you back on both pages.
And Sally, answering your question, I had an on-off relationship with my mother, which resulted in me allowing my 7-year-old inner child face off with her, and I demanded she leave my home. That felt good to say and get off my chest. Well, thank you for sharing and for being so raw and vulnerable with us this morning. And I love you, Sally.
Yeah, and you know what, Sally, thank you, because we are so taught not to backtalk to our parents, not to stand up.
I didn't dare.
We're not allowed to show our anger. We're not even allowed to show our pain. Don't cry. And, it's really healthy, I think, to come to a place, if your parents have been somewhat abusive in any way, shape, or form, to be able to stand up for yourself and to be able to take your power back. And that takes a lot of courage. So
it does.
That's a good model. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And Luann's mom has dementia. She says, we will see her when I move back home. She was a great mom. I hope she remembers me when I see her. Oh, it's such a horrible disease, Luann, and I feel for you. I'm going through that with my sister, one of my older sisters, and it's tough. It's really tough when that person doesn't recognize you anymore. But sending love, and that's all we can do, when that's the case. We just send love.
And Julie says, I have a good relationship with my mom. So blessed to still have her in my life. Yeah, my mom is 87, and she has a bit of dementia, but she's like, even with a bit of dementia, she's still
fun.
Sharp.
Yeah, she's a fun mom.
She's still sharp.
And Wendy says, we always say my mom will always be forever young. That's true, Wendy. What a great positive attitude.
Yeah. It's kind of like Marilyn Monroe. She'll always be young and beautiful. Yeah, and in our memory. Sally says, love you too. Yes, I was raised Catholic, and being Hispanic, the disrespect was never tolerated. Thank you, ladies. Love you both too. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't tolerated in my home at all. I mean, even a look.
No.
You couldn't give the look.
Yeah. We got the look a lot.
Oh, I got smacked. It's like, you're not going to do that, lady.
Absolutely. Yeah. And Sally, that is really true. I have found, I know it's in the Caucasian community that, but I live, and so does Teri, but here in rural Florida, there's a really, really large Hispanic population. And in fact, the Hispanic population is outgrowing the Caucasian population. And the respect that you see in the families, the sense of family that you see and community amongst themselves, I'm always in awe of that. But there is that you do not disrespect and it's even more so, I think, in that community. And but I have to tell you, I'm really in awe of their sense of family, which is, it's almost undefinable, when you see it. It was like when I went to a bar mitzvah. I went to this bar mitzvah, and I was so impressed because the love that everyone showed for their children, these parents, whether it was a son or a daughter, they were kissing them and loving them and telling them openly how much they loved them. And they they didn't even hesitate to show that love and affection. And I know in my family, and I love my family, but we were more staid. We didn't, you didn't have public displays of affection. I've seen my parents hug other people way more than they've ever hugged me.
Same here.
You didn't do that. So there is a real cultural difference as well.
There is. And I don't even remember hearing the words, I love you, as I was growing up. There wasn't time.
Yeah.
My mom always had a baby on her hip or at her breast.
Yeah.
So that just what didn't happen in my family.
Yeah.
C says, my mom is 90 and in assisted living. We had a very challenging relationship in this life, but now it's great. I'm so grateful to have had time to forgive and love her unconditionally. That's beautiful.
I get that. I really can relate to that statement. My mom and I have had a very bumpy relationship my whole life, and now I've been doing the whole Ho'oponopono, and I have to tell you, it has completely changed my relationship with my parents. It's not that we were estranged. We were for some time, but it's really healed a lot of things in our relationship.
Yeah. Wendy Willis is with us. Good morning, darling.
Hi, Wendy.
She says, good morning, beautiful ladies. You make my heart smile. My mama is a beautiful light. She always made all of us feel like we were special.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I am so glad you had that experience. I always wonder why we incarnate in our families, because we do. We choose our families. And I never felt like I belonged in mine. I kept thinking, all right, the stork made a mistake. It dropped me off at the wrong house because I just didn't fit in. I just was so different from all of my other siblings. And now as I'm older, I see a lot of similarities in all of us. But then it was like I felt like a fish out of water. I'm like, I don't belong here. What the heck am I doing here? And I always had that urge to leave. I always just wanted to leave. And I did. As soon as I graduated high school, I went off to college. I was like, I'm out of here. My baby sister was begging me not to go. She was crying and holding on. Please don't go. But I knew I had to. I had to leave. And as soon as I did, it was like I felt freedom from being in that environment. So, it's interesting why we come into these lives that we come into and you know, how we interact when we're in that family. There's a purpose for everything, and there's a purpose we're in the family that we're in, the biological family.
You know, and this is a great topic actually this morning, because I felt the same way. And C. Megan said, yes, we do choose our families, and I never belonged in mine either. Wow. I think most of us who, I'm sure virtually everyone that is out there watching us right now and joining us for coffee has had that experience within their families, because we don't see the world in the same way that everyone else sees the world.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
That came with us. That was our whole point of being here. So, and Carol Allen says, my mom was so strong. I didn't realize it at the time. So she put my brother and my safety first, leaving an abusive husband when I was a toddler. I was resentful of the amount of time she spent at work, feeling neglected. Now I understand she was a divorced single mom in the 50s. The best part, though, was she was very loving and always told us that she loved us. Yeah, you know, and as children, we don't understand, we don't have the mature mind to understand that our parents have to go off and work, and they have to do these things. My mom worked my whole, until I was in high school, she worked. And we, as a kid though, we don't get that. And
we don't. And that was one thing I wrote, was she did the best she could with what she had, which she did. And I love C's conversation. She said, I used to think I was adopted, or that my dad was not my real dad. But okay, I'm confusing it. That my dad was my real dad, but my mom was not my real mother. However, I look like both of them. And yeah, I had that same thought. Well, maybe I was adopted. You know, there were so many of us. I'm like, okay, you know, maybe I'm not real siblings with them, but yeah, I really am. And she says she was raised in a Jewish family. They smothered you with words of love, but the love was wholly conditional in my family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is, yeah.
You know, actions speak a lot louder than words, for sure. And especially when you're a child and you're hearing conflicting things or getting conflicting things happen, like saying, I love you, but in the next thing you're being slapped, you know, or something to that effect.
And Wendy Willis said, I felt the same. She felt the same way. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Outside of her family.
Belong.
Yeah. And Sally says, I was definitely different than my family. Also, the fact that there were no baby pictures of me added to that theory. Now, that would be something psychologically interesting for a child. Yeah.
Definitely.
You see Wendy's?
My dad worked 6 days a week. He had his own garage. He was a panel beater
and car
sprayer.
Body
my dad worked in the coal mines, and it was a tough job, and he was always working. That's one thing I remember about my dad. Well, he had to kind of work because there were 13 of us, but he did what he did, you know, to make ends meet. But he was always tired. He was always sick. And so consequently, we were to be not seen, not heard, because we didn't want to dare wake the bear.
Right. Wow.
Don't wake that sleeping bear, because it's not going to be fun when he wakes up. So yeah, it was kind of a challenging family environment for sure.
And Wendy Willis says maybe it was our job to bring them all light, and I do believe that.
Yeah, that is our job, to bring light into the world, no matter where we are. But yeah, especially in a family environment.
And good morning, Prachetta. She says, my beloved mama was my best friend. My life came to a halt when she passed away on 14th of March, 2020. Oh. I love my mom so much. I wish I could get connected with her somehow. Love you, Mom. Please come back. Oh. I'm so sorry for your loss, honey. That's so recent and so raw.
Yes, absolutely.
We will put you in our prayers today during the prayer meditation time.
Absolutely. And just feel into her energy and hold on to some of those beautiful times that you had together, and envision her in your mind as right there with you, because she is. Yeah. She really is.
And Wendy says her dad was a triplet, but one of the brothers passed at birth. That's really
interesting.
That was pretty rare back then. I mean, you know, you didn't have lots and lots and lots of triplets.
No, you really didn't. I went to school with twin girls, and I always thought that was so interesting.
Yeah.
I'm like, how can you all be exactly the same? Because they were exact, you know, twins. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we never had them in my family until one of my brothers had twins, and one of them died at birth.
And Deirdre, you found us again. Yay!
Yeah, the gremlins had a hold of us. And Angie Taylor showed up, and Scarlett Patterson. Good morning to everyone that's coming in.
Hello, everybody. It is so nice to see everybody this morning. We had some good conversation going this morning.
Yeah. You're so welcome, Prachetta. And just be gentle with you. You know, grief is different for everyone, and you'll go through a lot of stages, but you'll find that the more you come to acceptance, that's when you're going to open up to her energy being right there with you.
Yeah. And she is there.
Yes, she is.
She is there. They have a tendency to stick around to make sure we're going to be okay.
Oh, they do.
Yes.
Big time. And especially if you had that close relationship with her. Yeah, she's going to give you signs and let you know that she's there for sure.
Carol Allen says her grandsons are mirror twins. It's really amazing.
Gosh, that is amazing to see that. And I love twin babies. I found this one video, I think it was on YouTube, of twins that were doing the baby talk, but it was like they were talking and responding to each other. So it's like one of them would do the gibberish, baby talk gibberish, and the other one would just bust out laughing like he had told him the funniest thing ever in the whole world, like making fun of mom and dad or something, And I could watch that video over and over and crack up every time I saw it, because there's just something special about twins. They understand on that telepathic level. They really don't need words. But that video was so funny because it was like, they were standing by a refrigerator. I remember that. And one was just like standing there quietly. I think he was holding his foot or something. And the other one just, and then they would just both crack up. And it was so funny. Yeah, it was light language, Luann. And they do. Yeah, they have their own language for sure.
Absolutely. And Scarlett, thank you. She says our conversations are so helpful. This is what we love about coffee and conversation. The most wonderful things come up, and having all of you interact with us, it's like we're all sitting around here at the river, drinking our coffee together and having these really wonderful conversations that open us all up to the possibilities of the world and of life. And I'm grateful. That's one of the things I'm really grateful for in my life are these mornings.
Me too. And Christine Leftwich, good morning. She says, I just lost my mom after some negligence at a short-term rehab facility on February the 4th. She was a dedicated pediatric nurse for 40 years. And she deserved better care. Yeah, I totally agree with you. And very sorry for that loss, honey.
Oh my gosh.
We're holding you tight and giving you a big hug. And I think you're there with Sally Ann and Tony, I think, if I remember correctly. So y'all give each other a big hug and just say, this is from Teri.
Me too. Me too. Put me in the hug group.
Yeah.
Sally says it's healing. It is, Sally.
Yeah, it is healing to bring out conversation. And we have conversation that's not normally out there on Facebook or YouTube. We don't care what we talk about. It's like whatever comes up. Well, we don't talk about politics or religion.
No,
but, whatever emotionally comes up, we talk about it. Aww. And I didn't realize, I thought the writing was just for me. I thought, okay, God, you're telling me to write. I'm going to just sit down and write, because I know I've been negligent about scheduling that time for me to really work on this book that's in progress. But it wasn't just for me. And that's what I realized, that after seeing all of your beautiful input and interaction, it's like this needed to come up today for whatever reason. It was something that needed to be discussed. And I think I was so raw on Mother's Day, that wasn't the time. Everything is in divine timing. Everything. So thank you all for opening up. Thank you for joining in the conversation. And I think that's going to be part of that chapter that I'm working on, that I'm writing, because I only got like half a page written, but now I have more clarity and I have some more stuff to write in that chapter. So thank you.
Awesome. And Sharon Boyle,
Sharon's
good morning,
in the house.
Sweetheart. Good afternoon. And C. Megan says, I look forward to your show in the morning. I actually drink coffee when you are on, even if I was drinking tea before. I enjoy the experience. That's very cool.
That's great.
Awesome, yes.
And I love coffee. I always have. My dad got me started on coffee at a very young age. I would sit in his lap while he was drinking his coffee, and he drank his white, like I do, with lots of cream in it. And back then it was either milk or cream. And that's what I prefer. I like that smooth taste when you add the cream to it.
Yeah. And Sally says, yes, she is with us at the center as well.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And also, C. Megan says, I'm deeply sorry for that loss, sending love and light for those who are feeling loss and sadness today. Yeah, that's a good reminder. We also have a friend, Wendy Roberts, who is one of our moderators. One of her good friends just found out that her dog has inoperable stomach cancer, and it's the sibling to her dog that just passed. And so we'll be putting, Wendy, if you would put your friend's name in the comments again as well, because we're coming up on prayer request time. And we really want to hold up. We've got some people that we really want to hold up in prayer today that are having some real current issues on grief and loss and impending loss.
Yeah, so this was really good to have the discussion. And for those of you who have had recent losses of your mom or dad or anybody
Friends,
in your life, we hold you up. You know, we really do bond together as a family. This is the best family I've ever had. And I had some pretty good in-laws in my life, but this is different. This is on that soul level, where we really do connect with each other.
And Sharon Boyle says, just checking, is this live on Thursday?
It's live on this day.
Yeah, it is Thursday. And Carol, we just see, please pray for. I didn't get the rest of your
I'm sure she will finish it. And Wendy put in, her friend's name is Linda Matthews, and her dog, her boy Elvis. Yeah. So we would definitely do that. And Sharon lost connection for ages, but she's only just back.
And our very own Diana Allison Beiersdorfer, she asked for prayers for her father today and for better clarity in the relationship. He is ill.
Absolutely, we will.
She needs some clarity on what to do.
Okay. Let's see. Kim McElwain has a special on animal Reiki today. Only $10 for 30 minutes. I had her work on 3 of my furry kids this week, and it was amazing. Energy healing can always help. It always does.
Absolutely.
And I just wrote a book this year called Time Heals for Animals, which is an energy healing modality. So that's out there, and Karen Palmer and I will be training on that modality as well. And I have studied animal Reiki also and have my certification in that. Which is different from the energy healing that I do with animals. We work on their chakras, and we explain the chakras that animals have and where they're at and how they're affected by each of those.
Oh, Sharon says, lost you a couple of times and I am busy. And remember, I clicked on the previous day's broadcast a while back.
Yes, you did. Well, if it says live up in the corner of your screen, then you're on the right one.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, we have had it was Monday. Our internet cable and phone went out at around 2 o'clock in the afternoon and did not come back till almost midnight that night. And it's amazing how dependent, and not just our internet, but my husband, who doesn't watch a ton of TV because he sleeps through most of it, but he didn't have cable. And we didn't have any telephone either. So to get a signal out here is difficult. So we were like by the window here, trying to, call the cable company and find out what was going on. But
and C said she didn't realize that I did that. I do energy healing called Time Heals that was channeled through from the angels and the ascended masters. And then Karen Palmer and Karen is one of the people I trained as a master in Time Heals. And we both heard that we were supposed to bring this to animals. She's a conscious animal trainer. And so together we wrote the book, and we're going to be doing the training and teaching people how. So see, you might be interested in that class, and anyone else who just wants to understand your animals better. Our book is all about how animals communicate with us through their language, through their eyes, through their actions, and then how you can help them through the energy healing in their chakras. So definitely we'll be sharing when we've got the online ready. We were ready to do it live here at the river, and then coronavirus hit. So that had to be postponed. But we already have a student that's already enrolled and paid and ready to go as soon as things clear up, and we can do that.
So hopefully we'll still have it here at the river when that's possible.
Definitely.
And you come on up and spend the weekend and take the class. Carol Allen says, please pray for Matt M. my son-in-law's brother. He is entering detox this morning for OxyContin addiction. He also needs emotional healing for abandonment issues that are surfacing. Absolutely, Carol.
Yeah.
Been there, done that. And, you know, our addictions are just ways to numb the pain, period.
Yeah.
You know, and so my heart's right there with you on that one.
Absolutely.
I struggled with that myself.
Yeah. So that's definitely keeping your son-in-law's brother in our prayers. And also that clicked in that we always put Rosie Delfino's or Rosie Shapiro's brother, Matthew Delfino, in for prayers. So let's do that.
And yes, see, she's going to be doing an online class, but she's also Karen will be coming here from California, and they're planning on doing a workshop here at the river. And when we do those, people come in from all over and stay. It's very casual, and there's roommates and, you know, all kinds of stuff, but we just do a weekend thing. What's that?
You see, Gabby, wouldn't that be great? I'll pop over for the weekend and the class.
Oh, that would be awesome. That would be
awesome. We would love that.
Yes. Yes, we have lots of bedrooms. We have a tiny house that we built. And so we just put people all over the property, and we live communally. We all cook together and eat together and hang out here at the river together.
Yeah, I taught Time Heals here.
Yes.
Jeryl Ann is certified in it, as well as some of her friends. And that was a great weekend. We did it in a weekend and did all the attunements and the practice sessions. Yeah, it's a beautiful modality. So maybe in the group, I'll do a Time Heals session. Just come in on a live just for the group and do one. Would you guys like that?
Yes.
Because I would love for more people to know this beautiful modality that the angels just said, here you go, Teri, and channeled it through. So yeah, I'll do that for everyone. That would be amazing, Sally. Yeah, I'll do that. We'll schedule it at a time that's conducive to the most people to be in there.
And I want to bring this one up. Julie Kiss asked prayers for her 8-year tenants family. They lost their 47-year-old dad, Chris Harris. Rest in peace, Chris. Yeah, she went to go check, and he had a blood clot and passed away. And he has 2 children that he left behind. So that's really young and unexpected. So we want to say a lot of prayers for Chris, because oftentimes, as Teri will attest, when someone passes unexpectedly out of the blue, they're very confused at first as to what's going on. So lots of prayers. And for Julie. And for Julie as well. That had to be traumatic for her.
Yeah, so we're going to lift you up also.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, so I see people that are wanting me to do the healing. I will definitely schedule that, guys, in the group. It'll be just for our group. Well, our group's public, so anybody can come in and find it.
Right.
So if you want to invite people in that would be good motivation for them to come in there, wouldn't it?
Gabby is going to start working on manifesting that coming here to the States.
Yes, I see it in your future, Gabby.
I do too. And if you extend your stay just a little bit, we can take you to Daytona Beach and St. Augustine, and there's a lot of day trips that are around here. We're in Central Florida, North Central Florida, but we're about an hour and a half away from anything that's really cool.
Yeah.
So
I'm so loving the love that's being shared right now, and anybody else you want to put in there. There's some big love going on today.
Awesome.
So if you want to put yourself in the healing circle, or anyone that you know of that could use that extra bit, I always put my friend Camille DeSalm. She's an amazing woman out in California who's been struggling with cancer for a few years now, and she just had some surgery to remove fibrotic tissue on her lungs, and the rehab after that is no fun. So let's keep her lifted up.
And Catherine Kovacs asks for prayers for her and her family.
And your family. I hope that move is going well for you, honey. I know it can be interesting unpacking the boxes and getting to set the house up as yours with familiar things and finding your way there in that home. So keeping you lifted up.
And also Sally and Tony De La Rosa, they're starting a healing center. And whenever you create, and they had to put up drywall, they redid the building that they're in, the space that they're in, and creating products and all of that. And she mentioned something about chaos and emotions. So I don't know if that's all attached to that, but what they're doing is so great for humanity. It's a healing center, and it's so important in this time. So let's lift up Sally and Tony, really lift them up and surround them with love and light, and as they move forward in this project and healing.
Yeah.
So.
And there was Deirdre for her niece Tracy, who's an ER nurse.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for Deirdre, yesterday, literally, she was at Trader Joe's, almost got hit by a car. A car decided to drive into the store, missed her, thank God. And then last night, I'm assuming she was cooking and almost came very close to chopping the tip of her finger off. So, Deirdre, we are wrapping you up in this protective bubble because you have Florida in your future.
Yeah. And Deirdre, I think maybe you need the shield of Archangel Michael.
Yes.
I'm hearing that for you. I think I promised it to somebody else also yesterday.
Absolutely.
So, well, anybody that wants that, just let me know. It's a Reiki attunement. It came through a Reiki master, and we're able to send that right to you, and you just accept it.
Absolutely.
So I think you need that, Deirdre, in your life, and to really connect in with Archangel Michael more fully, because he is our protector angel.
And we really want to lift up Wendy Roberts, our moderator. She has had gallbladder problems, and she has been in so much pain off and on for weeks now. And so please lift her up. She had a rough day yesterday for part of the day. And as any of you that have had gallbladder issues, you know that it can be there. And when it's there, it takes over. And so please lift her up, because with this COVID-19, unfortunately, the things that she would need right now maybe to resolve it are not available to her. So she's just having to tough it out with meds and that. And so please lift her up as well for the pain that she's in.
Yes. And C asked for prayers for her mom. I know she is lonely being in her room in assisted living. Also prayers for me and all of my furry angels, please. And then just general prayers in her life. Yes, we definitely will. And Gabby said she was over here when she was 19 in LA, Michigan, Detroit, Mexico. My best friend and I stayed with the Michigan State ice hockey team for a month. A very interesting experience. I am sure you have stories to tell.
I can't wait to hear. Those are by the fire at night stories. We definitely want to hear those. And Prashetta Nayar asks, kindly keep my mom, who just passed away March 14th, in your prayers. Her name is Kailash Nayar, and I do apologize if I mispronounced that, but we know who, God knows who she is. I will be highly obliged. She should be happy and rest in peace. I love you, Mom. You are the best.
Yes,
we definitely lift her
that
up in our prayers. Absolutely. And Scarlett is saying, yes, please, on your healing. Yeah, it's okay, and
it's that time.
Wow, I know a lot of people are. This
morning is flying by, and lots of you putting yourself in for the for the healing as well.
And of course, we always do the frontline workers and everybody else, but a lot of people are showing empathy to Wendy, who have had gallbladder issues, and I know I almost lost my husband because of a perforated gallbladder. So. And then 2 years later, when Teri was here for a hurricane, we went through it was right after the hurricane. It was right after the hurricane. He ended up in the hospital, and so she's been through a lot of that with us.
And I've had the gallbladder issue too, and had to have it removed by emergency surgery. So it's no fun.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's really not. Wendy says that she felt rough yesterday and had pain on and off for 6 hours. And she's just waiting for the appointment with the surgeon. Wendy we will pray for that
Absolutely.
pain relief. And I don't think I have time to do the healing today, but Wendy, if you want me to do a time heals for just you, I can do that. We'll connect if you would like, and get some of that pain to relieve for you.
And C will be sending love and light as well.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
thank you, C.
All right,
Okay,
so
kids.
let's begin.
It's that time,
I
isn't
love
it?
this time of day. You know, I've really gotten into a habit of meditating throughout the day while I'm here. So I spend at least probably 3 or 4 hours in meditation. And I just love that. I love connecting inward because it's such a good feeling when we center and balance. Mm-hmm. So let's do that. Let's start to bring all those fragments in right now. We've been loving on each other. We've been feeling into everybody's energy and our thoughts and our emotions. So let's pull it in. Would you refill me when you?
Absolutely, I will
you.
do that.
So let's pull all of our energy together in one place. And yes, I keep seeing the requests. So absolutely, anyone that has put it out there, let's remember everyone that has typed in something, everyone that has spoken, and bring everyone right now into our circle. Let's just tighten up the circle. That's what I'm hearing, to just tighten up with each other in our energy and in our hearts. So you all know I like to touch my heart center. We were taught by Greg Braden that wherever you're touching on your body, your focus goes there. So I'm going to focus on my heart center, and I'm also going to focus on my solar plexus today. I'm feeling that energy as well. So take the deep breath in and let it fill your lungs. Feel that expansion all the way down into your diaphragm. The big belly breath where your belly pooches out with that air being pushed down, far down into your lungs. And then release it out slowly. Really feeling that relaxation today. Listening to the sounds of nature, our beautiful birds that serenade us. Keep breathing in deeply and adding in gratitude. Add in a feeling of community love, how we all lift each other, how we all really care deeply for each other. Being strangers in the physical for the most part, but not at all in the spiritual realm. We are all connected. We are all together. We really know each other on that spiritual level. So feeling that love right now, pulling it into your heart. And exhaling out. And with each exhale, you relax a little more. Your body goes into a state of just floating, like it's not even there. Your spirit is very aware of what's going on, aware of my words, aware that that place inside of you, deep in the high heart, is where only love is real. Love and fear or the other low vibrations can't reside at the same time and have priority. So we want love to be the one emotion that bubbles up to the top of all the other emotions, whether it's sadness, anxiety. Let those just float down to the bottom of the pool, and let love be what's floating on top. Give it your full attention right now, feeling into that love. And then as your heart fills with love, let that energy go to your solar plexus. Let it go right underneath the heart chakra, into that energy that says, I am worthy. You are enough. You are worthy. You are so loved. Feel that. Feel the love coming from your heart and giving it to yourself in your power. Own your power. Own the fact that you are enough and that you deserve to be loved. You deserve to have love in your life. You deserve to have good things, good experiences, a good time with friends, laughter. That is your birthright, to have all of that in your life. Any of those experiences that were unlike love, we don't have to wish them away or try to erase them. We needed all of that. We needed every experience, even when we thought that it wasn't for us, that it wasn't our experience to have. It was. We came into this life to have experiences, to really interact with others in a way that we could understand things more clearly. And as we've reflected back today on childhoods and on the interaction with our biological families and parents, just go into that knowledge that we were in the right place, even though sometimes it didn't feel that way. We came for a certain experience in this lifetime, and they were a part of it. They were a part of that movie that we created. So when we go into acceptance of knowing that that was our path, that was what we came here for, then we can begin to open to love. And we can say, I love you. I love you with that unconditional love. That experience made me who I am today. It shaped my beliefs. It shaped everything that goes into me being this person who now can look back and can examine where some of my actions come from, because it was based on beliefs. It was based on what I was taught and how I was treated. And now my eyes are open and I can look at that. And I can look at how what I do now can be changed. I can start right now, this moment, to change how I do things, to change how I think, to change how I feel. So not looking back at anything with regret, but looking with love changes us. It's the miracle that changes who we are, if we choose to. So feeling again into that solar plexus energy, own your power. Own that you are a unique person. You are your own person. You have the choice to make decisions for you. That's your superpower. Being able to make choices. Being able to decide how you react, how you respond in the world, and how you step out and lead in the world. Be that leader that you look up to. Feed yourself love. Feed yourself openness and forgiveness. Let's go into that forgiveness right now. Let's all together feel into the Ho'oponopono, that beautiful prayer that came from Hawaii, that is just unconditionally accepting and going into knowing that we're not doing forgiveness for anyone else's benefit. We do forgiveness for ourselves. There's 4 statements that you make with Ho'oponopono, or you can just say the words. Sometimes the word's fun to say. The statements are, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And let's say that again, because the more you really feel into the words, the more your body and your mind and your soul accept that you are love. You are pure, unconditional love. So the words again are, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. So just giving a moment for that to take place, for you to feel into this beautiful energy of acceptance, of allowance, of just being in that energy of love, unconditional love. It's such a beautiful place to be. Another deep breath in, and relax out anything that's unlike love inside of there. Any judgment, any criticism. You don't need to hold on to that stuff. That only hurts you. And I feel some resistance to go into full forgiveness. And I'll state again, it's not about the other person. It's not about anybody else, just you. Just you. Allow this healing inside of yourself where you can fully say, I love you. The most healing words you can say to anybody, because Kuan Yin teaches us the energy that heals is love. So take another deep breath in and feel into that solar plexus energy. How's it feeling now? Does it feel more calm? Does it feel like you're owning your power? It's your choice. We all make those choices. So as I led us yesterday in a meditation time to connect inside, we just connected the heart and the solar plexus energy. Let's bring that energy now up to our third eye and connect the heart, the solar plexus, and the third eye together. There are powerful, powerful energies in each of these chakras. It's a triad. And as we bring the three energies together, we are standing in our power. We are feeling the love from the universe, the love from God. All of the angels are celebrating because we are connecting energy in a way that creates a huge flame within us. The flame gets higher the more we breathe in the energy of love, pure unconditional love, without anything that says, I'll love you if. Don't put any conditions on giving our love to anyone. And let all of that energy of love unite together and go out from our hearts, because it's so huge it can't be contained. So breathe that in again and feel the energy from the angels as they celebrate with us. They celebrate us coming into our power, owning our power, owning that we are a child of God. We are a spark of the divine. I see white light that's coming and covering each one of us individually and covering our circle that's gathered together. That white light of acceptance, of unconditional love is flowing around us and through us right now. And as we feel that, let's take in the energy of the prayer requests. Let's take in each person in the group first. Everyone that's gathered together, let's hold each other and give love to each other, the energy that heals. Let's give that to each person, one at a time, that's placed in the circle. Just go around the circle and acknowledge each person with an I love you. You're lifted up to be held in the arms of this group, all of us together, of the angels, and of our divine creator. Just allow in the love as it goes around the circle and it comes to you. Just feel yourself being lifted right now. And now any of your loved ones that you placed in the circle, let's see all of them being lifted the same way. As each of us look at that prayer request, we look at that person that's brought to the table for us to lift up. Let's do that. Going to each one at a time, and saying, I love you. To all of those who have experienced loss, and you're putting your loved ones in the circle that are in spirit, let's all say to them, they can still hear us. They know what's going on right now. Let's say to them in spirit, I love you. Thank you. To all of our healthcare workers and those on the front line that are taking care of others, let's say I love you to them. Let's let them know they're lifted up, that they're not forgotten, that they're really acknowledged in the world for what they've been doing and what they continue to do. Let's tell them, I love you. And then let's spread that love to every inhabitant of the earth right now. All of this time of transition that's happening with being able to come back out and see each other and hold each other, socialize. Let's let all of the inhabitants right now know that they're loved. Sending that energy of love to create a difference in the world, create a difference in attitudes, a difference in actions. So let's lift everyone on the planet up right now and say, I love you. And let's include every animal on the planet, every tree, every plant, all the water, saying, I love you. And our beautiful planet itself that's going through shifts and changes. Telling Mother Gaia, I love you. And then we turn all of that over. We let everything go, bringing it directly to our Creator, to God's source energy, and saying, I love you, to our Creator. I love you. And I thank you and bless you for taking these requests, for looking at them, for answering them for their best and highest outcome, leaving my attachment to it behind, not wanting to hold the strings of how it's going to turn out, but trusting and believing that however things come to be, that's the way it's divinely supposed to be. And then we leave those requests. We leave them behind. We ask Archangel Michael to cut the cords between us and the attachment to the outcome, holding full faith and belief that they were heard. Thank you, Michael, for doing that cut. As we see the energy moving away from us and we feel ourselves coming back now, coming back into our physical body, coming back to the group, back to the realization that soon, in a few minutes, we will be going our separate ways from the group, but our spirits will still be connected. We're still going to feel the energy that happened here, taking in love, giving out love. And let us go our way throughout the day, whatever we do, whosever life we touch, let it be with that energy of love. The energy of seeing the other person in their perfection. So let's start to come back. Start to look around the group that you gave unconditional love to as you put them in the circle earlier. And let's envision that one person is standing beside of you on your left and one on your right. And we're going to do our heart telephone. And we're going to turn to the left and we're going to say, I love you. I love you. Oh, that was heartfelt. I felt that as it went around and as it comes back. And let's hold that energy for a moment. And then once again, we're going to say to the group, but this time we're going to say to the entire group, seeing faces and names and knowing that we are so connected in spirit. And at the count of 3, we're going to say, thank you. I'm going to get it right today. We're going to say, thank you. I love you. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. I love you. So much love here. So much love. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Carol, this was the first thing I saw, the best time of the morning. Yes, it is. It's a beautiful time.
Good morning, Kim Siegel and Kim McElwain. 2 Kims.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for all those hearts.
Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome, all of you. I love you so much. And I feel that love coming right back to me. And it really makes my day, it lifts me up to start my day in a beautiful way.
Absolutely.
So thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you and the love that you give us. And it's an amazing thing that we have here on the river with you. So
sure,
we're all here on the river together in spirit for sure.
And I'm having more coffee.
Yes.
Because I need it this morning. And Luann says her body is vibrating after that.
Yay. Oh, that's wonderful, Luann.
That's all the love.
I love all those hearts. Look at all those hearts Wendy's given us. Thank you, Wendy.
Oh, Sherry, you're so welcome, honey. She says thank you for that release. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Do that Ho'oponopono. It's a beautiful, beautiful way. When I went through my dark night of the soul, about 7 years ago, 6-7 years ago, I did it constantly. And my spirit guides were helping me to release all that low vibration energy. And it's beautiful.
I do it at least 2 hours a day and have been for quite some time now, but I just went through a very big spiritual process, and part of that is going through this life, many other lifetimes or dimensions, simultaneous lifetimes, and I rebirth myself. But the Ho'oponopono, I go to sleep doing the Ho'oponopono. I can't wake up in the morning, and I'm actually studying it again to get certified as a Ho'opono coach. In fact, Saturday night,
you have Karen Rogowski.
I have Karen Rogowski on Rising Up with Jeryl, and she's a Ho'oponopono coach. So she's going to be talking all about it and what it means, and really we're going to dive deep about what is the Ho'oponopono, because a lot of us think if we forgive someone, we're letting them off the hook for how they hurt us, and that's really not what it's about.
It's not about anybody else.
No, it's just about you. So please
that's what
join
I came
us
to learn. Is forgiveness really is not about anybody else. And there were a lot of people that I had a problem with saying, please forgive me, because I'm thinking, well, wait a minute. They should be forgiving me. Right. And that was, when I first started on that journey of forgiveness and of doing the Ho'oponopono, that was my resistance, and I had to release that. So, so tune in Saturday night at 8 p.m. and hear this beautiful discussion that's going to be held about the Ho'oponopono. Yeah. Awesome. So thank you all. Thank you for being here.
We love you too.
It's time to get off of here, because Mira Rubin will be on at 9 o'clock with the Core Connection. It's a beautiful thing that she does. And then Diana at 9:30 this morning we'll take you to the playground.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and we have a meditation sometime today. I know the schedule, Ruth always puts it up on Enlightened World, and I'll share that into the group. But there's a lot going on. At 5 o'clock today, I'll be on with Karen Palmer for Gratitude Happy Hour. So you might want to check out that. It's Thankful Thursday. So start thinking of what you're thankful for and come on the show and share with us. What
Absolutely.
Are you thankful for today?
And as Deirdre says,
Namaste, y'all. And that's our cue to get out of here.
Bye-bye now.
Love you so much. Bye, everybody.